Happy weekend, guys, and welcome to today's video where I'll discuss with you formative approaches that you can use in evaluating the understanding of your students in the classroom. Today's EOS classroom is fast evolving, and it's imperative for teachers to be able to test their students instantaneously during the course of the lesson. Most teachers use summative approach, schools as well, which is good, but at the end of the day, formative is a hands-on assessment method that helps you to gauge if your students understand your lessons. And there are a few ways in which you can do this, with the first one being questioning. When you are teaching, it's good for you to make use of questioning. Instead of using close-ended questions that may warrant yes or no responses, it's okay to use open-ended questions. Use questions by making use of the WH questions format, in which students are forced to elaborate on their responses. This way, you will be able to tell if your learners understand you or not. Another method you may want to use to assess for understanding has to do with observation. During the lesson, move around the classroom to observe your learners. This helps you to identify gaps and, of course, addressing them at once. The next method that you may want to use to check for understanding has to do with exit ticket. Maybe some of you are familiar with this word, but it's simply a method whereby you may tell students that before they step out for lunch or short break, they have to take a question which gives them the permission to leave the classroom. This method is quite effective because it makes students excited because they want to take questions and rush out of the classroom. But mind you, there will be those that might not appreciate this method because either they do not understand the lesson or they are in a haste to eat or have lunch. And finally, the last method that we may use to check for understanding has to do with mini quizzes. Excuse me. Try to give quizzes at the end of the topic. Most programs might encourage that they give quizzes at the end of the unit or curriculum, but I would say it's equally good to give quizzes at the end of the topic, because remember, today's EOS curriculum builds on each topic. It's like a ladder of steps. If your students understand the topic you're teaching and this topic or theme builds onto another topic, then it's quite easier for them to follow up. So if you have time, give mini quizzes as much as you can. This will help your learners to understand and follow up on what you're teaching. And this will also help you to check and see if your learners actually understand what you're teaching. Thanks for watching. The next part of these videos will focus on advantages of formative assessment as well as strategies that students can implement to assess themselves based on the formative approach. See you next time.